presenter is Luis Fernando Mendoza. Luis is a native of the border. Although he was born in Matamoros, he grew up in the valley due to organized crime and their presence in Mexico. After graduating from high school, Luis attended Tecnológico de Monterrey, where he obtained a bachelor's in financial management, and did the dual degree program for a master's in financial engineering and risk management. Luis played sports throughout high school and college, where he won 3 national championships in rugby with his teammates. He later pursued an Olympic athletic career until he was sidelined with an injury. A big fan of reading and family, Luis has realized the tremendous importance of both in the development of one's life. For now, he is focused on boosting sports and athletics through Casa Club. Welcome, Luis.
Thank you, Laura. Thank you, everyone. Happy to be here. Thank you to everyone at the UTRGV CAC Pitch Academy program for having us and having me and giving me this opportunity to refine basically everything about the project. Thank you very much. Well, as Laurie said, my name is Luis, and I'm here to talk to you guys about Casa Club. In few short words, Casa Club is a Patreon and a cameo for athletes, but it is a lot more than that. This is our team. This is myself, Justice, our head programmer, our head solidity programmer who attended NYU, and Anusha, our CTO who attended Cornell. The problem that we are addressing is the lack of financial sponsorship that collegiate athletes have. These athletes give pretty much everything to pursue their dream, and most of them, a big percentage of them, end up giving up because of financial stress. We aim to solve that with Casa Club. We aim to provide athletes with NIL, name, image, and likeness management, protection, and ownership to connect them with sponsorship opportunities and to better connect them with their fans. Deloitte Global recently put out a report that they predict that NFTs, which stands for non-fungible tokens for sports media, and a non-fungible token is a unique digital identifier that stores record of ownership on the blockchain, specifically applied for sports media, that would generate more than $2 billion in transactions this year, which is double than what generated in last year alone. As well, kids from low-income homes are 6 times more likely to quit sports than kids from high-income homes. Our platform, we are working on a prototype. This is a public athlete profile. I'm gonna ask everyone to use their imagination because the data is on there is not completely correct. And you can see, let's imagine this is an athlete and he belongs to his university team as well to the Olympic national team, and you will be able to see his photos and his videos, the offers that he'd be getting from fans to buy his collectibles, the individual fans that have bought his collectibles. This is a fan screen. And if you're an avid collector, an avid sports fan, like this person here, who happens to share my name, has 2,345 digital collectibles. We would also be expanding into the digital ticketing space. You can see here, and you can see the popular moments, the trending moments, and the moments that I would own theoretically on this platform. We have been developing this for about 1.5 years. Fortunately, we got picked up by a grant program, a blockchain protocol called Lens Protocol. Recently accepted us into their program. Just 2 days ago, we received the money for the first milestone of the program to build this prototype on top of their platform. Lens protocol is like it says here, Web3 social graph. It wants to be the engine behind the next social media platforms built on the blockchain. It empowers, like it says here, user-owned content and links the creators with their fans, with their community. Our go-to-market plan is as follows. We want to target NIL collectives that basically help universities and their student athletes find sponsorships and connect with their fans. We have several initiatives. The first initiative is to build out the offerings for the athletes, to give them a marketplace to sell their digital collectibles and a social feed so that they can connect with their fans, so that their fans know what they're doing on a potentially daily basis, and so that the fans can feel more in touch with the athletes that they are a fan of. We plan for this first phase to take from first 6 months, from month 1 to 6. In the second phase, we want to focus on digital ticketing for universities from the next 6 months, month 6 to 12. And then on the third initiative, we want to expand to other markets as well, to high schools and semi-professional sports. Our competition. We are the only digital collectible platform that is working on having a social media platform as well. I believe this is very powerful because it gives fans an extra level of connection to their favorite athletes. We would also be giving athletes ownership of the platform in the form of stock options. And our fees are competitive due to exactly that, the ownership that we would be giving these athletes. Here are some financials or 3-year forecasts. One of the biggest assumptions here is that we would be paying very little in salaries the first year. We would be ramping that up in the second year. But if this holds true, we could be in the black from the first year. And we do have the other assumptions that we have is in the first year we would be onboarding 4 universities, 10 teams per university, and 25 athletes per team. This would mean that each athlete would sell 10 digital collectibles. We would as well charge a subscription to the NIL collectives to better connect with the university and all the sponsors and their student athletes. In summary, we want athletes to own their image and data, not just that, and monetize it as well. They would have access to sponsorships, to local brands, regional brands, national brands, businesses, and have an amplified voice as well. An athlete, we all know who Michael Jordan is, and we know who he is because he's the GOAT, as Eloy said the other day. He's created an immense opportunity for brands. I mean, what he did alone for Nike is incredible. And we do not pretend to replicate exactly what Michael Jordan did, but we can do that at a smaller scale with smaller brands and smaller or less known athletes, not necessarily smaller. And hopefully we can do that. We can get these athletes to connect with their fans, with their community through regional brands, regional businesses, and potentially even national ones. Thank you very much for your time.
you're vegan, so how you're making money? What's your source of revenue?
Charging a subscription fee to the NIL collectives. I don't have that here in the financials. Charging a subscription to the NIL collectives, which is a name, image, and likeness collectives. They partner with universities to connect with all the student athletes of that university. We would partner with the collectives and the universities as well.
I don't know that are there a lot of collectives out there, or 2 or 3, or it's
They're growing. They started in last year, 2021, June, I believe, or July was when the NCAA ruling was challenged, and it changed where it gave collegiate student athletes the right to make money off of their name, image, and likeness. And collectives have been popping up. University of Texas has one, A&M, Alabama, OU. The strong, big universities already have their collectives, and each one is doing things a little bit differently. And none of them have their own platform, but they do have a portfolio of athletes and companies that want to sponsor athletes.
And what are a couple of examples of digital collectives?
Like
I'm old, so I don't know.
Like a baseball trading card, but a digital version of that. Or it could also be a highlight, or that bundled with a meet and greet as well of the athlete. Or it could also be bundled with other things. You could represent the brand that the athlete is representing. It could be bundled with, you could have to wear their merchandise.
So if I'm an athlete with a popular local high school team or a college team, I'm 19, I'm busy for one, I already know about this stuff. Who creates that digital product, if you will?
We would create it for the athlete.
You do that, okay. Yeah. So that could be a fair bit of labor required to do all that.
So this morning, across my feed came a Quinn Ewers collection from, which I sent to you, Metabilia. Is that the same thing that you're doing? Would that be that's your competitor?
Yes.
I sent it to you.
Okay.
I texted it to you. So is it the same type or
Yes. Yes, in the sense that Metabilia, but they are only creating the digital collectibles. They don't have the ownership aspect or the social media platform aspect. So that you can only go by a digital highlight of the athlete or any other athletes that are on the platform.
you can really buy this stuff?
Yeah.
Really?
Oh, yes. No, it's, yeah.
Yes.
Yep. I mean, it's like the wave of the future for collectibles.
Do you know what the price range is that some of these collectibles sell for?
That one, $30.
And the highest
The highest there
for
are.
like highlights?
All day is only NFL, and I believe the highest, the most expensive one sold on all day is $90,000. And it was an athlete who bought his own highlight. OBJ bought his own highlight, and now he owns that himself.
So an example of an NFT could be like Troy Aikman's final touchdown pass.
Yeah.
I want to own that,
Yes.
and that's going to be mine. And my expectation is it's going to increase in value over time. And then I'll trade and sell it to someone else later.
And if these are college athletes that could potentially go on to the pros, and if you buy a college athlete, a college quarterback's last collegiate touchdown pass, and he goes on to become an NFL grade, I mean, you're you're holding on to a bit of gold.
But can't you just go to YouTube and get
And-
that
and watch
same
it?
thing and watch it?
You can watch it certainly, but you can't get it. You can't officially get it. Yes.
So, just to be clear, you are selling one-off clips and cards and whatever. When I buy it, nobody else can buy it after I buy it.
They can buy it from you.
Well, I understand.
Yes.
And also, I cannot, is there some way to digitally prevent me from duping it?
Yes.
Okay, so in other words, if I buy, the other day, Mississippi State beat A&M, and there was this touchdown throw, and, everybody was real excited. Yeah, I could buy that clip from the NCAA or from whomever. I own it for life. I have title to it.
Yeah.
And if somebody else wanted to buy it from me, I could sell it to them, but I cannot sell them a copy of it.
No.
I can only sell it,
Yeah.
Could I lease it to them? I mean, if somebody wanted to put it in a highlight reel or something, could I lease it to them? Or,
I think potentially you could be able to.
of course, that would be like duping. I mean, that would be-
that's all.
Yeah,
No,
okay.
it's-
All right,
Yeah.
okay.
Let's do that, maybe we'll start a lease on company, because, I mean, that could be the way people monetize it, but I think there's like no case law on any of this, other than the initial, the Supreme Court case with the NCAA that NIL had value.
Right. Okay. All right, well, I get it now.
One question.
I'm very curious about the rationale and the mechanics of providing options to the players to participate. They're gonna make money by selling their
There.
non-fungible images or what have you. So why do you, that sounds like it'd be very complicated. A lot of 19-year-olds probably know what an option is for 21-year-olds or even 20-year-olds in many cases. So why do you feel like you need to do, what's the benefit of doing that, and how do you actually plan to mechanically, administratively pull that off?
I want to do that because I feel, as an athlete myself, that to maintain the vision of the company, I need other people that understand what it is to pursue that dream. And I feel like having athletes on board will keep the company on a straight line, and that ownership option makes us competitive with the fees, because our fees aren't the lowest. They aren't the highest either, but with that ownership option, it makes us competitive.
But I thought the collectives paid the fees. Does the athlete also pay you a fee as well?
On the first sale, yes. All subsequent sales, no fee covers. And each platform has their own fee structure. They're all different, but we believe we can compete on the fee structure as well. Yes, and
So what would prevent Billion
Mhm.
from quickly doing a social media, spin or turnaround, and just steal your idea?
not much, honestly. They could very well steal it. We pretend we want to be the first to market and have that to be the advantage. But yes, they could.
But no proprietary.
No, because the protocol that we are working with Lens is open source. And with that, we believe this is to be the right choice, because it can get a bigger base, a bigger developer base to contribute to the platform.
Great, thank you. And if anybody else